Hello, I'm Jeremy Abbate, VP and Publisher of Scientific American here at the BioFuture Conference. And I just had the pleasure of hosting an amazing panel discussion to set the tone of this event with all the multidisciplinary stakeholders in the health ecosystem, one of whom is Rick Bright, formerly of the Rockefeller Foundation and of BARDA, and now you are talking about the future of health with us. I'd love for you to talk about maybe this portfolio of innovation that excites you. What are the challenges of getting it to the people that need it? What are the challenges in health of using our systems to make sure that our tools can benefit our society?
Well, thank you, Jeremy. It was an exciting discussion. Actually, I think we're all excited about innovation and where innovation is taking us, where innovation has brought us through this pandemic, through this outbreak. We've seen a massive influx of investment into new technologies, new diagnostic, new drugs, new vaccine technologies. And we moved those through the systems pretty quickly to get them out for this crisis. So we learned a lot. We learned a lot about what needed to be done and the art of the possible. We need to make sure that we're continuing that momentum. I'll give you a couple examples. I think going forward, we're going to have diagnostics in the home. I think people are going to demand those diagnostics, so they are empowered to know what they're exposed to, and they are empowered to have information they need to get their family treated sooner. And we also are inspired by revolutionary advancements in manufacturing. And look how fast we have vaccines. And the challenge is those vaccines still aren't available in places around the world because of our manufacturing footprint and how we make vaccines in very large facilities in a few places around the world. And then the third thing is how do we then implement those new technologies, and how do we combine them with the revolution of bioengineering, with synthetic biology and synthetic chemistry. The future is bright. The challenge, as we discussed, is how do we velocity match the regulatory system to be ready to review and implement those technologies when they're ready.
We need warp speed on every level.
We need a warp speed on every level. We need to move fast, we need to implement, and we have to make sure those technologies are reaching the people they need to reach.
Speaking of people, we can't ignore the fact that today is election day. What would you want to say to current and future policymakers about what they need to know and what they need to do to make sure our health systems can be better for everyone?
I would say, number one, wake up. I mean, we're in the year 2022, and a lot of the policies that are meant to drive innovation are actually stifling innovation. A lot of the policies and concepts we use to address big problems like antimicrobial resistance, or AMR, or kidney dysfunction like with dialysis, they're outdated, and so they're holding back this innovation. So policymakers need to open their eyes and support the funding and innovation to be able to implement, to reimburse, and make sure that these life-saving innovations are doing their job at saving lives. And that will reduce our healthcare cost burden as a nation and make people around the world healthier.
And I have to ask you this as a whistleblower and someone who pulled the early warning signal for us. Are we prepared for the next pandemic? Are we doing the right things, and could we be doing better things?
I will say we are not prepared. I will say that we have a lot of innovation, and I'm excited about the innovation. I don't think it's a technology problem or challenge. I do think it's policy. I do think it's that system that we implement those, and I do think we're still isolating ourselves around the world. I don't think there's that global collaboration. There's too much nationalism, and we need to open the doors for collaboration to implement those new technologies.
We need to think globally on all fronts.
Absolutely.
Well, your perspective here is so valuable, and you're a wonderful addition to this conference, so thanks for being here.
Thank you. Enjoyed it.